With Marvel Studios firing Jonathan Majors literally just about an hour and a half after the guilty verdict, the big question on every Marvel fan's mind right now is, what happens to Avengers The Kang Dynasty now? So as I said before, and as we discussed in the podcast, and a major discussion we had on the whole Jonathan Majors thing, there's been a rumor stating that only Jonathan Majors can play Kang, and if he is fired, nobody else can take on that role. That is literally not a thing. Marvel and Disney would protect their IP and not lock it to a single actor no matter what. Sony allowed it to happen with Spider-Man. They allowed it with Loki. Tom Hiddleston, who had a bigger say and a bigger prominence in the MCU than Jonathan Majors ever. So we never believed that for a second. Don't believe that because that can't be the way the studio structured a contract, so they take an L. Just think about that for a second. In that contract, technically, he could literally go in there, like, punch Kevin Feige in the head and go, what are you going to do? Recast me? You can't, bro. Like, what? That's not how it works. So, now that that's out of the way, obviously, he's been fired. What next? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? That's what everybody wants to know. And truth be told, here's what's next. They move on. They move past. It's an actor. What happened when they replaced Edward Norton? What happened when they replaced Terrence Howard? You move past it. You get a new actor, and you just go right ahead. Because that's what you do. It's Kang. He's literally a character that exists in the multiverse and can literally look different. Just like in the comics. Sure, the variants we've seen were played by Majors. But we saw them briefly. So it doesn't really matter. And also this whole now I'm seeing it. Marvel is doomed without Kang. It's falling apart. We're not watching this phase anymore, or this multiverse saga. The same people that were saying that they didn't care anyway. So what's changed now? Now you're suddenly, like, behind Kang and like this whole idea? When you were saying you didn't and they were doing it stupidly and they were making him a non-threat by defeating him? Like, conflicting messages now. But again, it's the, hey, if they're doing the thing that I wanted, now I gotta counteract that with something else, you know? So people are just kind of all over the place now. They're gonna recast and they're move on. That's what they're doing. That's the thing that they can do. A lot of people are speculating, that's it, Kang is over. They're gonna drop Kang. No! That would mean they're literally abandoning all the setup. What would they do then? Pivot in a new direction with a major new villain, a whole new story out of nowhere with little time? No, that's not happening. So, yeah, they're just going to move on. What happens next is we got a new Kang actor and the Kang Dynasty is coming at us.